Hello, welcome to Learn How to Paint in Acrylics. My name is Michael Pickett and I'll be your instructor. Well, today's lesson is going to be a remake of a painting that I did back in 2010 of a cockatiel. And his name is Cricket the Cockatiel. Well, let's go to my studio and I'll show you how it's done. I'll see you there. Because it takes a long time to do a painting, the lesson was put in fast motion and narrated. Now we've finished up the drawing. Now we'll take a mixture of burnt sienna and water and we'll create a wash and we'll cover that whole canvas. Now we'll take a men's cotton sock. We'll wipe the paint just to the point you can see the pencil showing through. Now we're going to do the eye. How you do that? We'll take Mars Black and we'll just fill it in. Okay, we got it all filled in. Now we'll just add a little bit of white. Make our two dots, but then we're going to blend those dots in. And that'll give the illusion of the eye being round. Light on one side, dark on the other. Now we're going to add two dots right in the center, and there we go, the reflected light. Now we're going to take some gray, and we're going to go right around the eye, and that's just a mixture of Mars Black and white. So we'll get that all filled in. There we go. We'll add a little more white, and we'll do some highlights. Get that all highlighted underneath the eye, and around, and around. This is so much fun. Okay, we'll just fill in. We're working all on our undercoats right now, just to get it filled in. Get a more black, kind of outline the outer side of the eye and around. And around the edges. A little more white on the bottom. Top. And around. There we go. Cricket the Cockatiel, he's looking right at you. Right on. Look at that. Okay, we're going to work on the nose. We're going to use white, and we're going to put in our white undercoat There we go. Get some Mars black. And we'll just fill it in around where the shadow is going to be. Blend in the top. Around in the beak. We're going to make that beak look round. And to create a gray, and we're going to blend it in. A little more dark. Now we're going to make our shadows. Actually, a little more light. A little more light. Okay, now a little more dark. Okay, we're going to shadow there next to his feathers. Now we're going to add some white and some black and make gray, and we're going to fill that in. We're going to use white, and we're going to put in our white undercoat, because later on we're going to be adding the yellow to that. But first of all, we want to add our white so the yellow shows up really nice. When you add in the white, you want to make sure you add just a touch of Mars black to make a little bit of gray within the shadows. Basically, you're just doing the feathers in black and white. When you add the yellow to it, then it just comes right out. It's just beautiful. Add some more white. Just go around on top and fill it in. There we go. Alrighty. It's looking pretty good so far. Now we'll just take some black, and then we're going to fill in his body. Going to go right down on the bottom there, and we're going to work our way up his head, and we're going to fill it right in. I'm going to kind of blend it into his face where the white is. Make a little feathers. Get it all masked in. And with a little bit of white, we'll just do our undercoats for the feathers. Just taking a number 10 brush, we're just dabbing it up and down real fast. There we go. Isn't this fun? Well, now we're going to add some red, and we're going to fill in the red part around his cheeks. All that filled in with a bright red. Because later on we're going to be shadowing that red. But first we just want to lay that red right down. There we go. Now we're going to get some yellow and white, and we're going to fill in right over that white. See how that comes out? Isn't that beautiful? Warms it right up, makes those feathers nice and fluffy. Okay, now we're going to get some dark, and we're going to kind of highlight it, break it up. There we go. A little bit more white. Now we're going to shadow some more. You see, we're going to break up that red. And now it doesn't look such a bright red. It just kind of blends in. I'm going to highlight a little more around the eye. There we go. Now we'll work on the feathers on the body. I'm going to take our number 10 brush and some white with a little Mars black, and we're going to do some dabbing. You want to kind of build the feathers like shingles on a roof. Isn't that cool? I want to shadow the back. There we go. Make that really dark. Yeah, that's the shadow part of his head. Okay, we're going to get some white, and we're going to highlight those feathers. We're going to add the white first as your undercoat. Then later on, we're going to go ahead and paint over them and just kind of blend them in and make them soft. And they'll look like real feathers. But first we'll get all that white in there and get it all filled in. Okay, we'll be working on the background next. I'm just going to get some Mars black, some red, and some white. And we're going to mix it up. We're going to fill in that whole background. See how that makes Cricket stand out a lot more? It brings them forward. Background looks pretty cool. Just work around those feathers on the top. At this point, don't worry about any detail up there on the feathers. Just go ahead and fill in that background because you'll be detailing over the top of it. You just want to get that undercoat and that background in there. Okay. Okay, now we'll work on those feathers. Just kind of set those feathers back a little bit more so when we add the light colors on top of it, it'll show up really nice. There we go. Now we'll just start adding our lighter colors on the feathers. We'll use our fan brush. We'll just do some sweeping motions. Now the fan brush is a great tool for doing feathers. As you see, you can just dab the canvas with your fan brush and it gives a feathery look. And there's so much you can do with the fan brush. It's amazing. Now we're down to our zero brush and we're going to do some fine detail. And we're going to bring out some of the light that's reflecting on the edge of his fur, down around his body. We're going to get up around his nose. This is we're doing our fine detail. Now we're going to work on the feathers. Yeah, you see what happens when we add our light over the top of our dark? It brings it out, makes the feathers look nice and fluffy. Well, now we'll just sign our work. We're all finished. You sign your name to your painting. And then when you're through signing your work, then we'll get Mars Black and we'll paint the edges of your canvas to give it a finished look. That way you can hang it up onto the wall without a frame. Oh, there he is, Cricket the Cockatiel. Hello, we're back. And that's how you do a painting of a cockatiel. And you have a wonderful day and happy painting. Bye. I'll see you next time.